Hey guys, I came out to do a repair for a client and we had some issues doing some repairs. So I asked them if this was through insurance or out of pocket. They said it was through insurance. They gave me the claim number just now and the address is 4460 Upland Court. Claim number is 1191, L as in Lemur, 920, H as in Houston. So we've got some wind damages on the property and they open up coverage to do these repairs. And you can see, I mean, like these are unlaminated. They're coming delaminated. I've already attempted to do a repair and you can see that the shingles above, like, I mean, like they look like they're in really good condition. Like we're not having too much granule loss yet. Everything looks sealed good. So it's already failed for me one time and I'm doing a second one. I've got one of my witnesses here with me and I've also got my partner Jake who's going to be videotaping me as well while I'm doing this repair. Now, I'm gonna be as careful as I can to make sure I can bring this to a pre-loss condition. So we have a wind damage shingle right here. Obviously, you can see that we've got creasing at the top. It's not sealed. This is one of the shingles that they sent me a report showing that the damage is from the previous contractor. The previous company was not willing to do repairs because they were worried about not bringing the property to a pre-loss condition and then it leaking from doing these repairs. So I'm gonna go ahead and start out by just, being very careful with breaking the sealant on some of these. And this one, that one's already pretty much broken. Most of this roof I've checked is pretty bad shape. All right, and the good news is temperature-wise, it's definitely getting warm now. It was very cool out this morning, but right now, currently, we are working with close to about 60, 70 degrees, and that's the first thing I'm seeing. Look at that, Matt is already. This is just trying to get the shingle out. Okay, well, the first set of nails out. They're out right there. All right, and I'm gonna make sure I'm using a tool that State Farm likes because I'm trying to make sure I'm using the proper tools. So I'm using a roof snake, which is what is a recommended tool by State Farm. I am making sure that I can do everything I can in my power to bring this property to a pre-loss condition by doing these repairs. But considering the condition of the shingle, it's not super old, but I mean, this shingle is just shot. Okay, so first set's out, so I'm gonna start left to right. Let's see. First thing is I barely even touched the shingle, and look at this. It's coming delaminated, which that is not a pre-loss condition. And that was not like that a second ago before I was doing these repairs. Okay, first nail is gonna be up here. And I'm not lifting above 45. This is the tool that I'm using that State Farm recommends. Just to reiterate that I am trying to do my best. All right, got that nail out. Not too bad. We're gonna go to the next spot. Next nail is right here. And I'm only using this hand. You can see the angle. That's why I have him videoing there, to show you I'm being very, very cautious and very careful with this shingle. Next nail is out. Next nail's out. Next set is gonna be, let's see, right here. Straight through. That went straight through the shingle. That's not good, because that means this shingle, I'm not gonna be able to reuse that hole again. It's gonna damage the roof. But let's go ahead and get these nails out. My main thing is I just wanna see if the same thing happens that just happened a second ago. So I got one more nail somewhere in here. It should be almost all the nails. Oh, here it is, found it. So I got one more nail right here. And these nails are not overdriven, they're good. So I'm gonna reiterate that, the nails are good. Like I'm able to get the nails out. Like see, I'm getting them out, but what I'm noticing is one of them did go straight through. So here's that wind damage shingle, if I can get my hand underneath it. Got one more nail, it looks like maybe right here. Oh, yep, there she is. Actually, it's two. That one did go straight through. Got that nail out. Let's go ahead and get the next nail out. Because I think there was two right there. Maybe not, maybe not. Oh, that was it. So first things first, I want to take a look at the condition of this shingle. I mean, it's very flimsy. I mean, this thing is, like, I know they said that the roof's not super old, and I definitely agree with that. I mean, I agree 100%, the age of the roof, it should be repairable, but when I'm seeing the condition of the shingle and how flimsy this is, I mean, this thing is falling apart. Look at the cracking and the ripping in this. I mean, this is in not good shape. So right now, I'm noticing a little bit of granule loss right here. A little bit right here in this area, not too bad. I'm not seeing anything major as far as creasing or anything, but there's definitely some granule loss. Nothing ripped, nothing tore, getting the shingle out. Now, for the purpose of this video, I'm not gonna waste a bunch of repairs, because also, if you do take into consideration, this is not improper, but it's definitely gonna be more tedious. They did put a lot of nails in here, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 10 nails to take out, so it's definitely gonna be more tedious on this. Luckily, this one did not have as much. This is also a CertainTeed shingle, so I am not sure if this is still in production or not. I think it still is, I'm pretty sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and slide this thing back in there, and let's see. Look at the granules already, look at the granules falling out right here, dude. Look at this. So you see how the granules are falling out when I'm just sliding it in? I'm already seeing granule loss, which obviously granule loss is not a big deal, but that's usually a sign that something is going on with the roof. This roof should not be having granule loss at this age. Now I'm gonna go ahead and use the same tool. I'm gonna put all the nails back in. I'm gonna reuse the same holes just for the purpose of this today. I brought shingles up here with me. They didn't quite fit. So that was number one, and number two, I mean, that first shingle I took out, it ripped in 2 spots. So it failed over there, way worse than this already. Let's go ahead and put these back in. So I'm gonna put that there, use this tool. And look at the amount of granules coming off. And not only that, dude, look at this. It's unsealed. It's already unsealed. That's not a pre-loss condition. That's gonna eventually get damaged because now it's not sealed. That tar's been corroded. Wind's gonna get up underneath it, rip it. Oh, dude, look at this. Can I see this real quick? This is not passing. I did not lift these shingles above a 45, and I'm already seeing creasing up at the top. And this is from where, you know, the corner of the shingle was. I'm already seeing some stuff in this one as well. When I had to get the nail out, look at that. From where it bent up like this, look at that. You can already see the creasing. This has already failed. So, and don't say I lifted it higher than a 45 because we both know I did not. So that failed. This one's failed. So we already have 2 damaged shingles right now. These are still, they look pretty decently good, but I still haven't even put the nails in yet. So let's go ahead, and I've already got the first nail there. I'm gonna go to the other side and start on this side. Jake, do you mind making sure they can see this area too? Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in because, I mean, I just wanna show this adjuster. Look at that, delaminated. That one's that's not a pre-loss condition, dude. That's not good. I'm not accurately gonna do a repair on a home and tell that homeowner and look them in the eyes and say I'm doing a good service for them when the roof is like this. The last previous company dropped it because they came out and tried to do repairs, and they explained to the property owner that they could not bring it to a pre-loss condition, and they were not willing to do repairs on a roof that was in this condition. So if we've got one contractor and a separate company that's completely different bias, saying that they're having issues with repairs, obviously State Farm does not do these repairs. It's a contractor that does this, and I'm a totally different company that came out. I looked at this roof and I'm seeing the exact same issue. And look at how high I'm lifting. Just make sure, can you show the angle? I'm not lifting above a 45, and look at this one. This one's coming delaminated too. Look at this. See that? That's already, and I'm barely lifting this thing. All right, look at this. I've got creasing right here. Already creasing forming here. I've got creasing forming here. Look at this. Look at that. Yeah, if I just take my finger across, the granules are coming, look at that. The granules are coming right off. Look at this. It's creasing. This is not a pre-loss condition. This is never gonna seal too because of that. Let's go ahead and finish putting the rest of these nails in, and then I'm gonna address my concern with this because obviously I know, you know, if it's like 1 or 2 repairs, that's one thing, but from what the insured was telling me, they opened up for a good bit of wind damages, and from what I've seen on this roof is terrible, and they have an active leak inside their daughter's room. How are we working in good faith of a homeowner if their house is actively leaking and we're not doing anything to try and fix that immediately? and especially in a timely manner. He didn't tell me how long it's been open. He just told me that they did pay for these repairs to be done. And I came out to do these repairs, and as you can see, I'm also seeing a little bit of tearing right here. And look at this one's unsealed. This is just, I'm gonna stop for a second and not make this video too much longer. But look at this. This whole shingle has failed. We've got creasing all on these. This one came unsealed a little bit. This one came fully unsealed. We've got a lot of granule loss. This one came unsealed. We've got a ton of granule loss. And like, look, if I just take my hand, I'm seeing a lot of granules coming off. This is not gonna pass either, so this one failed. So we've got 1, 2, and then over here, we don't wanna forget this one, 3 and 4. So every shingle I touched had signs of creasing in it. This is gonna end up resulting in staircasing up this roof, and this is gonna go up. So when I go to replace the shingles above it that got damaged, we're now gonna look at, okay, so we got a shingle here, here's a shingle, that's damaged, that's gonna get damaged, this one's gonna get damaged, and it's just gonna keep going all the way up. This one's gonna get damaged, and this one's gonna get damaged, and then this one's gonna get damaged, and then this one's gonna get damaged, and then look, if you go up, technically that one will get damaged, and now it's gonna go up by 3. I mean, this is not gonna bring this homeowner to a true pre-loss condition. I'm also gonna address, like, you know, some of the things I noticed, like where the wind was. Like, we've got one over there. We did have one that was low. When I go and replace all this up here, this is gonna be an automatic slope replacement here. This back slope's gonna have to be replaced. We've got valley code right here because of the ice and water shield. If I have to replace the slope, I have to replace the underlayment. And I've already told the homeowner I can't do repairs. I'm gonna have to replace at least the slopes that are affected by this. That's why I'm gonna send this to you guys, because it was way more expensive than what his deductible was. We've got valley codes here. That's gonna go here. We've got the hip codes here. Obviously, here is the repair attempt we did, and you can just see overview wise. And y'all saw the shingle in the beginning. It was actually in really good shape. And after this, the granule loss was significant. We had tabs that had come unsealed. It's got some creasing. We've got creasing in the shingle all the way across. I mean, and you can't argue that that's not a pre-loss. Like, that's damaging this roof. And then, like, look over here where I barely had to lift it up just a little bit. Creasing all in this. Creasing coming across. Look, and if you look at where the pattern is, I only barely touched this one. Look at this. That's not a pre-loss. That is damaging the shingle, like, beyond repair. One thing I did notice about this roof too is we've got like an area like this has some wind on it, but it's just not that bad. But look at this. Like, how is this? A lot of these shingles are not even sealed anymore right here. Like, these are all loose. Like, this is all going to end up causing damage. This is not working in good faith. We've got wind here. We got wind there. We had a tarp there, and he said this is new. And I mean, obviously it looks like maybe like the wind got up underneath it and it took out the shingles because they already had all this going on over here. But we've got valley codes. These go up. We've got valley codes here. This tarp, because I guess this is how, I don't know how long the claim's been worked on, but I'm guessing a while based on the fact that this stuff should not just rip, which is also signs we had high winds. But look at this. Like, when I was checking it, you know, whoop, look at the wind damage right there. And he said that, you know, it's been a while. He said he couldn't remember exactly when, so he said he's going to get me that information. But look at this. We got shingles. I put X's on every shingle that's damaged from where this tarp was because of this, which this is a reason to tarp. This is their daughter's room that's leaking. That's not working in good faith. We have to replace this whole slope right here, and we've got the valley code here, which is going to go up this area because I didn't see any wind here. But we've got a valley, and this is going to eat up. We're going to end up having to go into this slope. Down here, we have the same thing. They had a shingle that they had to tarp because it was completely missing and blown out. And as you can see, they did have some pretty good wind, they said the other day. And this is not a sliding shingle. A sliding shingle just falls out. This was ripped by probably some wind. And this is why he called us, because, I mean, like, he needs to get this fixed. The roof is literally leaking currently. It's coming in all this. He noticed this coming out. This is why he actually called me to come out and see if I could do repairs. You know, I try to do my best. Also, over here, we got another issue. They had another window there from what he showed me in some photos. I didn't want to take the tarps off because they're there, but look at this. It's going up, and you can actually see that. I know the company is Perimeter Roofing, and I know who they are. They're a very reputable big company, and apparently he said that they said it wasn't repairable. If they're saying it's not repairable and I'm saying it's not repairable, you might want to listen to the contractor. We also got valley codes that go all the way up right here, because that's right there. We're going to have to replace all this up in here. That's more than likely going to be a whole slope right there. Valley code's going to end up going up, and I think from the photos he showed me, there was some wind on this lower front over here. Also, this is where they did their previous repair, and I marked it up because I could see that it was a previous repair because they did a shingle here as well. And if you take a look at this, we've got a new shingle, and it's not even the same color, which Georgia's not a matching state. So I understand that. But we do have to realize we have to bring this to a pre-loss condition. And they had some similar stuff. Look at this, creasing all in this, like all the way across. I mean, and it's, and look at this, none of these are sealed. None of these are sealed. We can't do repairs on a roof if it's not gonna seal. Like there's creasing all throughout the middle areas. Now, I don't know how they did their repair. I have not seen their video, but I'm seeing creasing here and creasing all across through here. So, I mean, that failed. And this front side has, you know, is honestly, in my opinion, I think the front side's better than the back side. The front side's in better shape. The back side is a lot worse. It's a lot worse on the back side. We have a lot more granule loss. So if you actually look at this, look at the shingle up close. The back side is definitely a lot worse condition. We've got some blistering going on. We've got some significant granule loss already happening on some of these shingles. So the roof's not super old, but this is not repairable, guys. All right, thank you so much. Again, this is my name is Chandler McMinn with Transcend Roofing Systems. If we could just do right by this homeowner, that'd be greatly appreciated. And as soon as we can get to a settlement, we will go ahead and begin doing the repairs. Thank you.